Hello, this is Paul, and this is Unit 8 on our study for Microsoft Windows XP. Although Windows XP is expired and is an older operating environment, it is still very active today. Today we're talking about creating shortcuts on the desktop. My experience is that I run quite a few programs on my computer. And if it wasn't for shortcuts, it's a very laborious thing for my computer to bring up the entire menu of the different programs that I do have. I have entered into many special projects, and that means that these programs are numerous. So for this purpose, I do have quite a few shortcuts put on my desktop to have easy access. This way I don't have to run to the start menu all the time and be able to open a program without much search and looking for the program that I want before I actually get there. It is easier to click on a shortcut than it is to go through the steps of the start menu, all programs, and selecting my program. Now with this, I would look at my desktop, and my desktop has quite a few icons. They represent quite a large number of the programs that I have, but not all of them. They are icons for each program, but they are actually shortcuts that is stored on my hard drive. These shortcuts will be able to enable me to get working very quickly, and if I'm into a course of study, I have that as well. Now one thing you might notice on there is also a number of folders on there, and they are also shortcuts to be able to see what's on my drive and be able to get started very quickly with the different files that I'm working with. So shortcuts is very useful that I can start my computer and be able to get started very within a matter of minutes instead of taking all the steps to get started. Windows XP will allow you to create a shortcut on the desktop directly through a procedure that is, once you know where your files are stored and how they're stored, this is a very easy way to to perform. But once you start on this, you need to know the necessary information. Now as we look at this desktop, I need to right click, that is a right click on your mouse, to be able to bring up a menu that will allow you to make various selections. Once we have our menu come up, we are more interested in creating a new shortcut, so we will hold the mouse over top of new to bring up the secondary menu, and we will select a shortcut. After starting our wizard to insert a shortcut, we need to realize that we are able to type in the exact location of where our file or folder or our program that we want to make a shortcut for. However, with the experience I have, I will most often use the button for browse and be able to go to the exact directory and click on the folder, or go into the folders and click on the file that I want to create a shortcut for. It's a very easy step. It's when typing it in directly, it's easy to hit the wrong key, a small mistake, and it won't work. So once we go into this browse button, we'll realize that we have the tree display to be able to select everything that we want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my computer so I can go to the various drives I have connected to my computer. I also have shortcuts for where I'm able to go to certain directories very quickly because I'm using them all the time. Take notice that at the beginning of each location on this tree is a plus sign, and when there is a plus sign, it'll open up and expand to a larger selection. And where I'm going is I'm going to select my computer and press on that plus sign to be able to see the different drives that are on my computer and make the selection that I want. Once it is open, I'm able to select the drive that I want, which I'm going to go to my computer class there's a plus sign there, so I'm able to press on the plus sign as well there. Now once I get into that, I select I'm selecting a file right now, which is Lesson 8, May 5th. And once I make that selection, I'll press the OK button, and all this information will be accurately put in for me on the original page that we started with. When we do this, we will press the next button to go on to the next procedure where we will be able to change the name of our file, and where there's a lot of extra characters or extra words in there, we might be able to choose to simplify it. So once we are settled with the name, we will be able to press the Finish button, and we will see the new icon on our desktop. Now take notice that this shortcut also reflects a icon for a Word document from Microsoft. If you use a different program to produce this application file, you will also adapt that icon along with the proper program. This way you know that you can remember to keep that program that you are using on your computer, that you will not necessarily remove it. However, you want to also realize that there is an arrow on the lower left hand side of the icon, and that curved arrow there signifies that it is a shortcut. Now take notice that we have the title as we selected it, and everything is in pretty good shape. Now also I want you to realize that if I take that same file and copy it on to the desktop, take notice that the icon on the right will not have an arrow because it is a complete copy of that file. That means I have two separate copies on that desktop. I have a shortcut on the left and I have a copy on the right. So when I make a change on the item on the right, it will not update the shortcut version. Likewise, they are two different copies. Now take notice that also when we have two separate copies like that, with it on the desktop and in the directory at the same time, it takes up twice the amount of space on your hard drive, and that could be important. However, a shortcut does not take up any room on your drive. It is just a notation to be able to have a quick access to that file. One of the advantages of using a computer is productivity. Your productivity, as it increases, will increase your value. As people are learning how to use a computer for experience in the office or getting a job, you'll be able to experience an increase of great creativity and will be cash in your pocket. Now once we are creating shortcuts, it also makes that creativity much greater. To be able to open different files very quickly is a definite advantage. Get used to it, and remember that when you're finished with a file, you're able to delete it once you're not using it anymore. However, it will remain on the hard drive. You need to go into the actual directory and remove that file singly in order for it to be taken away from your computer. However, it is there for good storage as long as you want it. Now, one thing we are going to do on our next segment, we're going to change our course a little bit, and we're going to talk about the Paint program. And when you talk about creativity, the Paint program will offer quite a bit.